What we do at Deepfield is we give customers who have large networks, so like ISPs, for example, would be very common. We give them insight into what is going on in their networks. They have all of their physical routers, all of their physical internet infrastructure, and it's not always easy for them to tell, like, oh, how is our data flowing from, say, Chicago out to Denver? What's happening with that data? We take in a bunch of the data from all of these different sources from our customers and repackage it so that they can ask meaningful questions about their data and understand what's going on in their systems. Because we can see all of the traffic that is flowing across a customer's network, we have the ability to identify DDoS, or distributed denial of service attacks, which are becoming more and more common. It seems like every week or so there's a new record for the size of attack. And because we're sort of holistically looking at the entire network, it gives the customers the ability to identify and then mitigate these without having to do a lot of expensive looking at individual pieces of data that are flowing across their networks.
So we have 8 or 9 software development teams. Each one of them is around 5 to 8 people. That fluctuates a little bit. Our teams are pretty much structured like this overall pipeline that our product represents, and different groups are taking care of different sections of that pipeline. So the questions that we need to answer with our software, they change frequently, and I think Deepfield has a really good process to deal with that on the company-wide software development scale.
I think that Deepfield is very friendly and welcoming, and I think that the people here are incredibly smart, so there are always interesting conversations going on, whether they're about work or just life in general. So I've found it to be both very challenging and rewarding to work here with this team. One thing that's really big here is that we ask for help, and we also are totally open to interruptions. You can ask anybody any question and they will stop and help you and just think nothing of it. So we really encourage that kind of behavior. I think that it helps us continue to be innovative, and it helps to spread knowledge so that we don't create silos everywhere. I think that it's very beneficial to the overall product and the growth of the team if we are both a teaching and a learning establishment. So we work very hard, but we also take time to take breaks together. So in this kitchen, we often have lunches together, we'll play games. We have a lot of people who are really interested in board games, so we like to have game night fairly regularly. And even if people go out and buy their lunches, they often come back and all congregate here, and it's just a really nice place to gather, and it happens really naturally, so I think people seek it out. I've been in organizations where you don't necessarily have enough to do, and at Deepfield there's always something to do. It's always technically difficult, and it always involves a bunch of people coming together and problem solving and then planning and executing on that. And I just think it's a great work environment.